Imagine a world where conflict erupts, and individuals caught in the crossfire desperately need a shield, a clear set of rules to ensure their basic humanity is respected. What legal safeguards exist for those who are not fighting, and why are they so crucial? In international humanitarian law, individuals who are not or are no longer participating directly in hostilities are specifically designated as protected persons. The main types include the wounded and sick, shipwrecked individuals, prisoners of war, and civilians. This designation is a cornerstone of the legal framework governing armed conflict. These categories are fundamental to the Geneva Conventions, a series of international treaties established to limit the barbarity of and uphold human dignity. The core principle at play here is distinction, meaning a clear separation must be maintained between combatants, who can be lawfully attacked, and non-combatants, who must be protected from attack. This protective status applies irrespective of nationality, allegiance, or even their personal beliefs, focusing solely on their vulnerability and non-involvement in fighting. The Geneva Conventions of 1949 and their additional protocols provide detailed rules for each group, ensuring their humane treatment, medical care, and safety. For instance, the First and Second Geneva Conventions specifically protect wounded, sick, and shipwrecked members of the armed forces. The Third Convention covers prisoners of war, dictating conditions for their capture, internment, and repatriation. The Fourth Convention provides extensive protections for civilians, safeguarding them from violence, inhumane treatment, and arbitrary detention. Furthermore, medical personnel and religious personnel are also specifically protected because of their essential humanitarian functions, allowing them to provide aid without fear of attack. Understanding these classifications is vital for military personnel, humanitarian aid workers, and governments alike, as it dictates how individuals must be treated during armed conflict. It forms the basis for accountability, ensuring that violations of these protections can lead to serious consequences under international law. A fascinating detail is that certain individuals, such as journalists covering armed conflicts in dangerous professional missions, can also be considered civilians under international humanitarian law and therefore benefit from its protection, provided they do not take any action that constitutes direct participation in hostilities. This highlights the broad scope of protection intended for those outside the direct fight. Ultimately, recognizing and upholding the status of protected persons means upholding the fundamental principle that even in war, there are limits to violence. It is about safeguarding human life and dignity, and ensuring that the most vulnerable are not forgotten when conflicts unfortunately arise.